So, off the top, I'm going to guess that I've put this whole thing together myself. Nobody's helped me. They've only given me information and ideas through their actions. Since 2009, 10, I've been secretly being investigated by people in law enforcement. They created a lifestyle behind the scenes of who they wanted me to be compared to who I was. And I believe that the reason why they got so many people on board is because around that time, they told people who were their friends in law enforcement that I tried kidnapping one of my kids. False. Completely false. That never happened. In reality, one of the people involved in this, though, was with me when one of my children were kidnapped off of me. Strangely enough, someone in their family was my attorney to get full custody of my child after they were kidnapped off of me. Then, as time progressed, I had gotten into a drug addiction. And as she switched partners from me to someone else, I didn't know at the time, they gave me a thing to write temporary custody over to her so that her mother, who was a drug addict in and out of jail at the time, also would not get custody of her. And I did, thinking I was doing the right thing. I didn't realize at the time what I was actually doing. So, since then, they've bought and paid for that child. And I'm happy in the sense that she's been taken care of. But the brainwashing, and then they use her, not only make her think bad things of me, but they use her as the pretense to give her a cell phone and then track it certain ways to see how the tools that they have work so that they can use them against me. Facebook was a big one. Facebook was a huge one. Location, tracking, conversations, stuff like that. Now look, as I say this, I don't know everything, but I know I'm on a damn good path. Birdies. Calm down. Again, I quit school in the 9th grade. I'm not proud of that. I got my GED. I'm not saying I'm extremely intelligent, but I'm intelligent enough to have quit in the 9th grade and pushed myself through to get the highest score out of, I think it was like 17 people that day that took the test. I scored highest of all of us. I did a year of college online. But they still insulted my intelligence and thought I would never catch on to what they were doing to me. Now, at the same time, I didn't know any technology about cell phones when this was going on, but I figured enough out to catch them in what they were doing. So, as they build up, time goes on, 2011, 12 comes around, I am now a so-called gang member solely off of music I listened to. That was the first big step to them getting what they wanted, was by labeling a group of music I listened to, the Insane Clown Posse at the time, as a gang, so that I would be labeled as a gang member so that they could further their investigations on me. Then, nothing happens, because, well, I was in a relationship at the time with a new person. Another child was born, and things didn't work out with me and her, but they were still building a so-called case on me at the time. So, there's much more to this. I'm just telling you what I do know happened. Then they start they're quiet, but they're still having investigation done on me from behind the scenes by their people. And so 2020 rolls around. Now again, we're now 10 years past the breakup, her in a new relationship, but I know for a fact that they made some type of oath to make sure they took me out any way they could. Their whole plan was to hurt me. Their whole plan was to hurt me and make me suffer. And for what? They have no real good reason, except for the fact that they don't want me to be a father. They think that in general I'm just a horrible person. But who the fuck are they? Who do they think they are to take that kind of control of someone's life and put them in this obsolete direction that they want them to be, that's really not them, so that they can get what they want? 2020 rolls around. I'm being investigated. I don't exactly know why yet, but I know that the methadone clinic got involved. I know that probation officers got involved. Here's what I think. Because when they said in 2021, when that big bust went down, that the FBI was working with state and local law enforcement, they didn't say anything about them working with probation officers, though. And that's a big one to this. That's the hugest part of this. I know that I'm one of the main reasons why the memo went out in the FBI to have informants, FBI agents in Catholic churches watching extremists. That's what they were trying to say I was. I, on my own, wanted to get baptized. I was going to church trying to better my life. And they were trying to flip that and make it look like, again, they were trying to create this narrative of my life that wasn't who I was. Then, I'm guessing the things they were using against you behind the scenes is what you can't see and they didn't want you to see. I'm guessing, because my urine was one of the biggest parts of this. They wanted my urine so bad through a lot of this. They were trying to say I was using synthetic urine. Every urine that came out of me was mine. Pure and simple, it was mine. But they couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe that I was actually clean and staying clean. So, not only about the FBI memo, though, but I'm the reason why these Suboxone and methadone clinics are shutting down, too. And I feel horrible for that because so many people need that medicine, even though it's not a good medicine. But it's a means of worse being an addict on heroin and stuff, so it helps in that. But it's not good. It's a worse addiction. Your body needs that so bad when you don't have it. So anyways, now that I've started talking, though, and saying something, they've shut down the main methadone clinic I was going to and the main Suboxone clinic I was going to, both of which were testing my urine constantly. I know that I'm right. I know that I'm right. They don't want this to get out. They do not want this to get out, which is why they're closing them down so they can cover up all the evidence. It's sickening. It's sickening. But all because a few people in 2009 didn't agree with me and had law enforcement around them that says, you know what, we'll fix this. We're going to get them. You didn't. You didn't get me. You missed completely because you were lying completely and you fucking know it. They created a lifestyle around me that wasn't mine. So they're using Facebook. They had my Google. They had my PlayStation. They had my Microsoft. They had all these, and they were using it under an email that I had when I was with her 16, 17 years ago now. Mr. Juggalotus 1979 at gmail.com. I left it. I left it alone when I left them. I know for a fact I hadn't touched it since, but they did. They kept a hold of it, along with my Social Security card, my birth certificate, which was at her parents' house, in their safe when I left. They used all this to build a life around me that wasn't mine, so that they can put me away. And it just didn't work out for them. And then when I catch them, 10 minutes.